It's all super very easy. Super very easy. Excuse me. All right, guys, I'm back in the shop on a Saturday. Let me show you what we're putting together here in the shop. We are working on the blue Miata that is going to be used for endurance racing and stuff like that. So let me show you what we've got going on, and I'm going to give you a tutorial on how to install the new Penske Spec Miata shocks onto a Miata. There's a certain order, there's some modifications that you need to do. It's very easy to do. So let me show you what we've got going on. Pass through, I clean all that stuff up as well. So pass the nut through, completely flat, very thin shim. Your 3 conical washers, 1, 2, 3. Dome part facing up, the thread locker, blue, medium. Put the bearing in the top nut. Put it in the vise. It's a 32 mil socket. It's going to be kind of weird because it's like conical inside there. $50 foot-pounds. Now you repeat that times 4 for all of the hats, but this is the assembled product. Good to go. Again, bottom nut has to pass through the hat. On the stack under here, flat shim, 3 conical washers facing up, then your top part with your bearing inside there. So repeat that times 4. All right, guys, I am done with getting the top hats sorted out. They're all torqued to spec with the proper Lock-Tite. Now I'm going to show you the order for the front shocks in order to put everything together, as well as the rear shocks. So for the front shocks, I'm going to put the image right here on screen. Pause if you need to, just take a look at it, but I'll walk you through it as well. But I'm going to put the instructions on the screen right now. All right, so I'm going to walk you through the instructions. If you're confused by anything, let's get after it. I've already showed you how to put together the top hats, okay? Now onto the shocks. On the shocks, the front ones are the longer set. We have the adjusting collar, so the top one with all the notches. Then we have the lock ring right below it. Then we have the spring perch. The thick orange bushing goes towards the shock body side. The thick black harder bushing goes towards the top mount. So we have that. So we got our bump stops in place. We're going to throw on the top, or the spring, obviously, the top spring isolator, and then we are going to put the mount on. So let's go. All right, so front shock, again, locking collar, adjusting collar, spring perch. We're going with a little bit of a heavier spring on our setup, no big deal. 2 bump stops, top spring isolator that comes with the kit, 1 of your mounts. Then in the kit comes this thick washer. You have to have that before you put the nut on. That basically gives you a little bit of a spacer for that bearing, that pillow ball bearing in there, and then the top nut. Try to get that top nut torqued to spec. All right, you're going to have some play depending on your ride height. So I'm going to just basically loosely assemble everything. I'm going to get the top nut torqued to spec. I'll be back with the torque specs here in just a second, okay? All right, the rear is going to be a little bit different, but the only difference is you only have 1 bump stop, and it's the thinner bump stop of the 2 orange ones, and you employ these 2 wider shim washers. So I'm going to set you down on the counter, and I'll show you how to assemble this one. All right, again, we have the locking washer, the adjusting washer, the spring perch, spring, smaller bump stop, and it's going to be a little bit harder to put on. Got that on there. Now your washer goes on top of that bump stop there. Top spring isolator. Now put on the top. Your buffer washer. All right, nut, torque the top nut to spec. All right, everything is loosely assembled. We're going to torque to specs, and I'll be back with the torque specs, okay? All right, now that we have everything loosely assembled, you don't need to torque anything yet. We want to get it in the car mounted with the car weight on it to torque this top nut. So we're ready to install in the car. And again, if you got these out or the old ones out, installation is reverse of removal. The front one in on this side and the rear one in on this side, and we will go over to the other side and get everything else installed. I think I have to remove the front upper mounts, these old mounts that were for the Bilsteins. So I got to remove those in the front, so let me get those out of the way first. Now, installation is going to be a little bit different depending on how you took your other stuff apart. I was able to fit this as a completed assembly in there by popping off the top ball joint, and I was able to lean the suspension back, push down on it, put the strut assembly in there. Now, again, that's totally dependent on how you took yours apart. If you have to disassemble like the spring, the top perch, and all that other stuff, just be wary of how it all goes back together. And if you need to rewind, all of the info is in the beginning of the video on how to put all of the Penske Shocks and assembly all together. So I was already in here doing other maintenance with ball joints and stuff like that. So I was able to just pop that off, undo the sway bar, push this assembly down, and slide the completed strut assembly inside there. So I'm going to move over to the other side, get it all done, and then I'll show you guys basically how to do the rear. This is a fairly straightforward process. It's not terribly difficult. All right, guys, I got the fronts installed completely. I got the rears installed completely. The rear is way easier than the front, so let me show you exactly what I did in order to get them in. So what I did is I undid the sway bar. I took the hat off, mounted the hat, pushed down on the assembly, and it goes down far enough, and then slid the shock in, and then completely put the bolt in the bottom. Again, it's super easy. I'm going to leave the sway bars undone once I get it down on the ground because I had to change the position of the sway bar, so I need to neutral the sway bars once the car's down on the ground. But I'm ready to put the car down on the ground and then tighten the very center nut that goes to the actual strut itself. That's like 25, 27 foot-pounds. So I'm going to get the car down on the ground. I'm going to torque the top nuts of the shocks, and then we are completely done. I'm loosely setting the ride height. That way I can adjust it a little bit later. I'll be doing that tomorrow. Again, I'm not going to show you guys that process because adjusting the ride height is totally dependent on your setup and what tracks you guys are going to. So I'm not gonna show that part. Eventually, I will have a video out on what we do to set up our Miatas and a lot of our GT cars. And then I will be doing a video on how to properly set up a radical. Those are completely separate videos. So if you guys like this kind of content of me showing you guys how to do some of the basic stuff, just, if you don't mind, like, share, and subscribe. It is free to do. It greatly helps the channel, and it puts us in the algorithm along with our SEO and our descriptions. It helps us out big time to get these videos out to people that are looking for them. So with that, guys, I'm going to cut it here. I'm going to wrap this up tomorrow. I've got to mount and balance some tires for a Porsche and a Radical, and then I'm going to wash up the Tundra. If you guys don't know about the Tundra, that video, it was an abandoned truck. I went through all the proper steps to get the title. I'm like $380, actually $880 into a $16,000 truck. We're going to get it all cleaned up. Just so happened that when we turned the key, it fired up. We have a whole video on that, so check that video out too. I'll see you guys later.